Hi everyone, this is Corinne here at Hairstring, and today I'm going to be doing a little demonstration on the Brazilian knot hair extensions. This video took about 3 hours to do, so it's been cut down to about 30 minutes in 3 parts, so you'll get to see a little bit at a time, not to bore you. So what I'm doing right now, I just section off the hair. This is where I'm going to do the first row. I'm leaving enough so that she can put her hair up in a ponytail. And also we can go back to it later if she wants to add another row or two in the back. But for this particular one right now, we're just going to start right there. And this would give me room to move around and give her room to do different styles. The hair that I am using is Vietnamese raw hair, and I will have the link for that hair if you would like to purchase it at the end of the video. This hair is about 3.5 ounces, which is the equivalent to one bundle of hair. If you normally use raw, I'm sorry, if you use wefted hair. So this hair does not have a weft on it. It's just straight cut from a ponytail, and it's pretty easy for me to use while I'm doing a Brazilian knot, so I don't have to waste time cutting anything off. So I just pull apart exactly what I need and I start doing the Brazilian knot. So hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to try to make more because I know a lot of people want to see how it's done. So there you have it. All right, so I take very little section depending on the texture of my client's hair. And this particular client here, she had very fine hair and she'd been doing sewing for a while, so we decided to try the Brazilian knot just to see how she likes it and how her hair reacts to it. So I take a very small section of hair, then I add the extension to it and wrap elastic thread. So that's pretty much it, just wrapping and a circular motion and tie a knot, cut the thread, and work on another one. And I keep doing that over and over and over until that row is over. So you will pretty much see me doing the same thing over and over and over. Um, it does not hurt. It looks like it's tight, but it's not tight, and it shouldn't be tight. So if you're having this done elsewhere and it hurts, you may want to let your stylist know that it's a little bit too tight. But the Brazilian knot in general does not hurt at all. Um, it's very easy to do, well, at least to me. I've been doing it for quite a long time now, so I'm used to it. It doesn't hurt my wrist, and my clients aren't hurt by doing it. So see that section right there? Very small, and so okay, here we go. It's another one. So I'm just wrapping it, and my pinky is catching the other thread in case you're wondering where that's going. So I don't really count how many times I wrap the thread. I just keep going until I feel like the hair is secure enough, and I do about 4 knots. Then I cut it and I move on to the next one. So the thread that I use is elastic thread. It's very thin, very strong, and very durable. So I like to use that thread because it doesn't leave extra weight on the hair. So it's thin, and it doesn't leave any bulk feeling to it unless I take a lot of hair. I add a lot of hair to the knots. Um, let's see what else. You're probably wondering, what do you do with the hair that's left out? Um, Everyone whose hair I do them differently. So some people I leave hair out in between, and sometimes I don't. So it all depends on the amount of hair that you want to have added. So if you're bringing me about one bundle, I would definitely leave hair in between. Unless you just want me to focus on one area, but if you want me to make it full all around, then I will spread it out by leaving hair in between. And the hair in between that's left out, you will have to take care of that hair, meaning you can't ignore it. So you have to comb it every day, take care of it like you would normally take care of your hair. You can't ignore it because you have the extension. So like for this one, we left out quite a bit in the back. And like I said, we can always go back and add more Brazilian knot to it, or it would allow her to do those high bun updos or ponytail that people like to do. So that's what leaving hair in between, or a lot of hair in the back is for. And also, if you want to wear your hair up half up and half down, leaving hair in between allows you to do that. So you can wear it in more than one style. Excuse me. With the Brazilian knot, it's very easy to maintain. I get a lot of questions on how do you maintain these extensions. And I always say you maintain them like you would your own hair. You can wash it every day if that's what you normally do. Every other day, once a week, once every 2 week. Um, you can round brush it. Yeah, you can round brush the hair. You can color your hair. If you have a relaxer and you need a touch up, you can do the touch up with the Brazilian knot in it. It simply require a longer time of rinsing out the relaxer in case they get stuck in the knot. But other than that, the Brazilian knot does not prevent you from doing, what you normally do to your hair. If you like to oil your scalp, whatever products you like to use, you can continue to use those products. So there's no special shampoo needed for this technique. So you will continue with your usual products, except for those who have the Brazilian keratin treatment. And if you have the Brazilian keratin treatment, which I do recommend for clients with very curly, kinky, tight hair, because those texture are very hard to match with extension. So sometimes I do recommend that you get the Brazilian keratin to kind of smooth the curls and relax them a little bit so that we can find hair to match that texture and also make it manageable for you. Because as you can see, your hair is out with the extension. So it's not like a sew and weave where your hair is braided and then it's only the extension out. With this, you have to find hair that actually matches your real hair so that when it's out, it's easy for you to take care of it. So if when you shampoo your hair reverts back to its natural curl 50%, that will make it very hard to comb with the extension that are straighter, and you might lose some extension if your hair curls back that much. So a Brazilian keratin treatment is a pretty good option for those who don't want to change the texture permanently. Because as you know, with the Brazilian keratin, after 3 months, your hair kind of go back to its full texture. So those who have the Brazilian keratin treatment are the only one who will have to continue using a sulfate-free shampoo to keep the keratin in there for a while. But other than that, you'll continue to do everything that you would for your hair. Now, as far as curling your hair, you can curl your hair, you can flat iron your hair, but you have to stay at least 1 inch away from the knot. Why? Because the thread is elastic. If you put the heat, well, not heat, but if you put the curling iron or the flat iron directly on the Brazilian knots, the thread will melt, it will pop, or it will weaken the thread, and your hair, the hair will start to shed. So to avoid that, I recommend that you stay 1 inch away from the knots when curling or flat iron. But after that, you can do, whatever it is that you want to do. So you can curl, you can flat iron. If you like to do wet set, you can do, what's that called? You can do a flexi rod, you can do a roller set, or you can do 2-strand twist. However you like to style your hair, you can do that. How often should you get the Brazilian knot done after you've had them in? Everyone is different. Some people hair grows really fast, and some people hair take a little while to grow. And there is also shampooing your hair that comes into a factor as when should you get it done over. So if you shampoo your hair every day, it may not last as long as you want it to. So I would say 2 months if you shampoo your hair every day. The average person is about 3 months. Now, you may have seen somewhere else that people leave it in for 6 months. I don't recommend that you leave your extension in your hair for 6 months. Any extension should not be on your head for 6 months. 3 months is the best. 4 months, you're pushing it. 5 months, man, that removal is going to be crucial. Now, some people like to ask if they can have them retighten. Brazilian knots are not like eye tips where you squeeze the beads and you can just slide the hair back up. It doesn't work that way. You have to take them out all the way, comb out the little lengths or whatever that's stuck in there, and then put them back in. So I don't necessarily do retightens of the Brazilian knots. I just take them out and redo them. So if you have a full head and you just want the top redone, so that it looks fresh again until you're ready to have the whole thing done over there, yes, we can do that. But so 2 to 3 months is a safe and normal time frame to have them removed and redone. That's my recommendation. I don't suggest 5 months or 6 months. To me, that's not healthy. You can do a break in between each time, each application. You can do a 1-week break, 2-week break, and get them done over again. So it's something that you can do consistently. Alright, so we're coming to a close of this video. Well, at least part one of it. So I'm going to post the second part later. If you have any question that you want me to answer that I did not get to or anything, let me know. Post a comment below the picture, below the video, either on Instagram or Facebook, and I will answer those questions in the second part of the video. So hope you enjoyed it, and you'll get to see the next step of this row.